Hello everyone, welcome to week 6 in our course. This is kind of a fun week because we're focusing upon interventions this week. So what can we do to actually try to impact health disparities? The readings this week, it may look like there's not a lot. There are just 3 readings posted for this week. I don't have any videos this week, but the readings are just jam-packed with a lot of information. And what you're going to need to do this week is take a little bit of time to dig through, to follow through on some links that are listed. One of the resources that I have, one of your readings, is a resource. Really this week, let me just start out by saying the goal is to get some sense of the full range of the kind of interventions that people are doing. This is a fun part, I think, because you really get to draw upon your creativity. Your creativity in approaching a problem. Some of the resources this week are going to talk about things as simple as developing community gardens in neighborhoods and how that can be really transforming for a neighborhood if it's really leveraged to build social capital. Some of the interventions will be more traditional kinds of interventions. But I just want you to get a flavor of the range of things that people are trying to do. They're trying to impact things. I think less of the interventions that we'll be reviewing are targeted at the individual person. If we think back about those different models we talked about, the socio-ecologic models, so we can address the individual, we can address the family, the neighborhood or community level, or the larger socio-political level. Keep in mind as you read these interventions, what level is this intervention really targeting? And some of them may target more than one. But I just want you to get a sense of the range of possibilities. And it even goes beyond that, because really you may have some creative ideas about what you'd like to do too. But I'm hoping that through these readings you'll just get a sense of that. One of the readings that is listed is a quite large resource. It's called the State of Health Equity Movement for 2011. And that resource is sort of a review in some ways of interventions that are being conducted. It's broken down, some of it's broken down at the state level, but what you have to do with that resource is really follow through on the links. Be patient. Scroll through there. Some of them may very clearly be in areas that are of interest to you. Some of them may not. But I would really like for you to spend a good solid hour or two going through that and looking through it. If you just read it, you're going to be like, what is she talking about? Why is this so good? But you really have to take it as a bunch of links that you have to delve into to be able to find some good resources. And you may have to go down 3 or 4 links. But read through that, again, particularly with an eye for something that might be of interest to you, and maybe an intervention that's targeting food deserts may not be exactly what you're interested in, but they may have a novel idea where they're using signs on buses to get the word out, or they may be using text messaging, something like that, that may then apply to what you're doing. So look at it with an open mind and an investigative approach to see what they're doing. One of the other resources is a CDC workbook that also has some really interesting resources in there. So this week it's going to take a little bit more effort on your part to search around. The idea again is that you have your own project that you're interested in, and this will help give you some ideas for what are some ways that you might begin to think about making changes, addressing the problem that you want to address. Homework this week. What I also want you to do is by Wednesday to do your own search and identify a couple of web-based resources that are specific to your research content area and just post those. So what we're going to do this week is you're really going to be sharing resources that you have found on the web. So in addition to going through those 3 readings, you're going to also do some searches to try to find some resources that you think would be informative for your research area. I don't care if it's a video or if it's a website of an organization that you think's really cool, or an interesting reading that's from Canada or somewhere. But post those, and then when you post them, just put a little bit of a text about what you think's interesting about it too, to help people sort of get a sense of that. So you're going to share that by Wednesday, and then by Sunday what you're going to do is to get on the website, not the website, I'm sorry, you're going to get on the discussion board and read through your colleagues' postings and then comment on a couple of those. You may read through 3 or 4 people's postings before you find one that's of interest to you. So check out these resources. There are things on the web that we have no idea about. There are all sorts of resources. When you start spending some time delving into it, you realize how it's jam-packed full of things. There are archives. MIT's got a whole series of archived information. NIH has archived videos of things. There's all sorts of stuff. So this week, spend some time searching around and let's see what you can come up with, okay? Have fun.